and we are live with my eighth champion and a very, very dear friend, Neha Mathur. And she was definitely very active when I was very scared when I started my mom's group, and I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing in this whole self-portrait thing. And then I found Neha also very, very active in coming forward with her self portraits. So that's why she definitely had to be my champion, because she believed in it even before I started this whole movement, or I even announced it that I'm going to do it. So I'm very happy to have her here to talk to us today. And I'm hoping, like yesterday, my electricity does not go and my UPS, everything. I've made sure everything is in place, and we are going to have a fantastic interview very soon. And I will bring Kartika back because she's a very interesting person, and she will be back soon to complete her interview with me, maybe on Sunday. I'll connect with her. So, welcome, Neha. And I'm so happy to announce you as my eighth champion. Anyway, I think I've used your picture in my presentations during self portrait because I just totally love it. Neha, introduce yourself, and I always say that please introduce yourself because you know that I will not be able to read the bio or what you do. So it's you who can introduce yourself very well, and it's a pleasure to have you on board here.
Sure, sure. Thank you so much, Shikha. First of all, thanks a lot for having me as one of your champions for this wonderful, wonderful movement that you started. And yeah, anything for you. So here I am. So hi everyone. Good evening. I am Neha Mathur. I am an image consultant. I am a trainer. I am an NLP practitioner. I'm a personal branding coach. I'm a mother. I'm a wife. I'm a daughter. So yes, that's who I am. And what I do professionally, I work with people on enhancing their personality in terms of how they dress, in terms of how they speak, in terms of their behavior and their mannerisms, how the image they project about themselves to the world, how others see you. That is what I help people tweak and bring out the best and the authentic versions of themselves. So,
Right.
yeah.
And that's what this movement is all about, right? It's all about the authentic version. And why I decided to get bring on Neha as well is because her belief in the fact that it doesn't matter like what kind of body shape you have, how do you look, what it is. It's like just the way I say it, Neha, a lot of times that we think that we yes, sometimes we are tired as mothers and we are working and we're things, and we sometimes don't even take care of ourselves, and definitely feel that we have deteriorated in our looks and the way we look or carry ourselves. But sometimes also it's just the angle that we are taking ourselves in, or sometimes the light is like we're trying to express ourselves happy and the light is a hard light, and then suddenly we look so sad and we say okay, fine. So there's mixture of both, right? The emotions that go through it that we don't want to show up, and also the skill is not there. And that's why these 100 moms, I would be like teaching them the skill as well, so that they know that it also matters, like how you're shooting yourself, what angles, etc., and how the phone has to be placed. But what I like about your this thing is the same thing applies to you. It's not always that our body type is a bad body type, or our body type is it's just we're different body types. And yes, health matters. I'm totally, that I'm totally into health, and I just push it down. People think that health matters, your journey towards mental health matters even more. But sometimes it's just what we are wearing, how we are wearing it, and how we are carrying ourselves is just because we don't know. And the world has come in that there's so much style, and then we see something and we think, oh, this looks nice, and then we wear it, and then we think that it's not looking nice, and hence the picture doesn't look nice, and hence we don't look nice, and therefore we're not going to take our pictures ever.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's why I've got you here, because it starts from also what you're wearing, and yours is not about just wearing. I love what your work is like. The organization is called the missing piece. That's the missing piece, and I feel even myself that I need to come to you, and maybe something that I think can look even better, and you can guide me into how it looks better, plus the self confidence, plus other things that come into it. So let's talk about the missing piece and what it is all about before we talk about the self portrait movement.
All right, all right. So, like you said, Shikha, right? There is no right body type. In fact, there is no perfect body type. And I think even before I got onto this journey as an image consultant, I used to have this joke with my girlfriends that, and because we would always be very critical of our bodies, we would always, whenever we would get together, we would be like, oh, I don't like this about myself, I don't like that about myself. And that's when it started registering to me somewhere that I, at that point of time, didn't know of a single woman who was happy with her body. I had not met a woman who said, oh, I love my body, I love myself the way I am, and I don't care what the world says about me. So those thoughts had kind of started bothering me that, why do we think of, why are we so self-critical, and that's what I tell my clients now, that, especially mothers, when I'm talking to them,
Right.
given birth to a human being, that's not like a small feat, so missing piece, that's how missing piece was born. My personal journey, I went through a very low point in my life where I was on bed rest for a couple of months, and I used to be a photographer, not as good as you are, but I used to do more product shoots. So from there, that's when I realized that, okay, this will not sustain in the long run, and started doing a course in image management. And that's what was the missing piece in my life,
Right.
because I had started hiding behind big clothes. And I was always a person who loved fashion. I always loved dressing up. In fact, anywhere I went, I was always the most overdressed person. So, I was known for that. So
Right.
from that to, always wearing black, wearing big clothes, hiding behind clothes, because I was not happy with how my body was looking.
Right.
And that journey of loving and accepting myself, that's when it started. So the missing piece is built on this basic foundation of acceptance of yourself, acceptance of others around you,
Right.
that nobody is perfect. I'm not perfect, nobody is perfect. Let's make the best of what we have.
Right.
Just put our best foot forward, put our best face forward. So that's how missing piece started. About it's been about 3.5 years for me, that I've been doing this. It's been a wonderful journey. I've worked with women, I've worked with working mothers, I've worked with stay-at-home moms, I've worked with entrepreneurs, I've worked with CEOs of companies. So yeah, it's been a very enriching, and every interaction with the client, I learn something. I come back with a new idea. I come back with one more new thought that say, oh, acha, I had never thought of something like this, So it's a learning process for me also. So
Right.
every client teaches me something new.
Right. No,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful concept, and of course, I've known you growing into this business in last 3.5 years, and I can see like we all grow with whatever concepts we pick up. I'm sure that today I'm picking this up in the self portrait thing, and I myself am growing, because it was, as I said, that it was a journey that I started for myself, and then I saw it was like needed to step in for other people, and I couldn't wait before I finished my journey and then started, because it just kept on coming as a message that you have to do it. So yes, we grow with our projects, and we grow with our whatever we pick up, and that's absolutely okay. And that's what I'm trying to tell mothers, that don't wait for that perfect day. Like, I can't wait for my son to grow up before my sleepless nights ends, and then I should start. Or I should not wait for my perfect team, where my YouTubes and my all the things that we were discussing before we just started this interview, and all these little things that I keep missing, whether it's my spellings or whether it's my tech ability. I think irrespective of that, I said let's start, and on the way, I will, like, it takes me time to understand tech, and that's strange because I'm a photographer. Like, the photography tech comes like this to me. If you talk anything about photography, and it comes, but otherwise, and I also realized that was a very limiting belief, and the way I dropped it, and I realized that I can do that, and then you will see it'll become better and better and better. From, like, by the time the 100 gets over, I might be having a big crew behind me doing the videos. So I think that's a great thing that you've said, that whatever you have, make your best move right now with whatever you have. Like, stop waiting for that perfect body or whatever, and then of course start working towards your health. The all consciousness needs to come in before you even reach there. And
True.
if you can do it with somebody like you, or if you can do it in a thing like this of self portrait, and the movement can start, I think it becomes faster, because you feel that you're there. So let's hear about your journey of the self portrait, the day you started, when I was talking about the resistance sister. What happened when in spite of being an image consultant and me, in spite of being a portrait photographer, you know, our resistance sister comes up. And I
Absolutely.
was talking about it. So I think you should talk about this resistance
I
sister
think
I always talk about.
I think we should. And the minute you said resistance sister, I had goosebumps. I literally have goosebumps all over my body because yes, I help people be the best version of themselves, but that doesn't mean that I don't have my challenges, right? So I remember a couple of months back actually when you and I were having a conversation about something else, and you said, "Oh, I'm planning to do something," and for me, it's always somehow the connect that you and I have has just been something else altogether, right? We cannot explain
Right.
what it is, but it is there. So when you brought this project up and said, "Oh, I want to start doing self portraits," I said, "Okay, I'm in," because I love taking pictures, and I enjoy taking pictures of myself. I'm critical, but I enjoy it. So what happened, and especially in that one call when we were talking about resistance sister, what clicked in my mind was that I am very conscious of the angle with which I take my own pictures.
Right.
It only has to be a particular angle. Otherwise, I won't even click it. Forget posting it anywhere. I won't even click my picture.
Right.
And another thing for me has been, and no judgment about anybody in this case, but I've always been very conscious of showing up without makeup.
Right.
Okay, I have these dark circles. I'm very conscious about well, I have a clear skin, but yeah, I'm conscious, very conscious about that. So I never, in fact, a lot of my friends have never seen me without any makeup. There will at least be a kajal or something. So when this whole conversation about resistance sister came up, I was like, okay, two things that I need to shed right away is I need to click a picture of myself without any makeup. And I sent it to you. Remember, I sent you a picture of myself. I think I posted it on the group also
Yes.
later, but I sent you the picture saying, look, no makeup. And I intentionally now take pictures from a different angle
Right.
where I know my neck looks bigger. I know the angle is not the perfect angle, so to speak, but I am trying to get out of that zone and say, doesn't matter.
Right.
Just click 10 pictures. And I try to do it every day. I'm not posting it, but
Right.
I'm clicking it
Wow.
just to break that mindset of mine and saying
Right.
it doesn't matter. Just click, just click, just click.
Right.
Am I happy with those pictures? Maybe not, but that doesn't matter. I'm still clicking it. I'm still making one step at a time in
It's
the in
like
that direction.
it's the exercise that you need to do to reach that place, right? I like if you start playing violin today, and you for God's sake, if somebody hears you playing the first time violin, they're going to run away, and if you run
Absolutely.
away for hours and months and this thing till the time you actually start playing the music, and that's with anything, right? With anything, it happens. And just to tell the audience about the resistance sister, I was just talking to them that how we have this resistance as an energy coming into us, wanting to do this, and it looks like as if it's just a picture, but when the camera comes up, like it's the phone is coming up, this person in my school said this, and then this relative will say, what's wrong with you, Shikha, you've lost so much weight, why are your dark circles there, what's wrong with you, and your molars are looking different. Like I mentioned that I'd lost molars of mine when I was raising children, and it's just like there's so many things that they don't even see. And you look at your hair, you had such beautiful hair, and your hair have all gone. And I was like, forget it, I'm not doing it. And then why I called it a sister, I must tell to the audiences, because either you're all this, it's a girl gang around you which will first comment on you and say, I don't think so, you're doing this right. I think you're totally crazy. Look at your dark circles. You should have at least used some makeup. And it's to happen to me a lot because I'm not such a pro makeup. Max, I'll put a liner and show up. And like I had a joint family, so my younger sister used to like, she like, at least change your shoes to something which is matching, and I'd be like, I don't care. And that's the girl I was, and became a girl who totally cared about what it is and was worried. So hence the resistant sister. And I was so proud of Neha that she is becoming vulnerable in spite of being in this profession. I am here in spite of being in the profession where I've uplifted mothers. I've done Neha's shoot, and you can ask her that, I'm very proud of my work of bringing light in people's eyes. What they don't see about themselves, I can bring it out with my work, whoever knows my work. But when it came to myself, I was just I was just not ready to do that. I was not ready to find that light. I was not ready to do it. And Neha like totally embraced it, and I'm so proud of her. And me and Neha can chatter for very, very long. But I
Yes,
want
we can.
Neha to also tell me that uh, maybe you can mention that how are you planning to bring in impact once this book is out. Is there something in your mind that you can help? How are you going to also help right now? Like, this is the first person I'm telling you, but right now you can say something to the audience that tells them that this is something that needs to be done. So over to you, and let me know what your impact dream is and where do you want to take it from,
Okay.
this missing piece.
Okay. So, impact that I want, or what I want to tell to the mothers out there, um, join this movement, because it's not just about taking pictures. I've been a part of it for what, a little over a month and a half or something now. It's not just about taking pictures of yourself, right? Like how we spoke about resistance sister. It's come see the energy in the group. Come see how women are cheering for each other. Come see how women are just showing up as the most vulnerable selves. And we don't do that. We always are told to be a certain way. And I'm saying this because I am from that industry, right? But my thought process is a little different, that be presentable, but be yourself. That is more important, right?
It's
So
important.
that's why it's important that to rediscover yourself, because we all tend to lose ourselves, be it work, be it our journey as mothers, be it whatever. Find yourself. I think this, for me, it's turning into a journey where I'm finding myself again. I'm beginning, of course, I've been in love with myself, but I'm beginning to love myself even more.
Right.
Even those lower angles, I'm learning to accept myself more. So yes, that is the message to the mothers. What I want in the long run is, through my work, through this movement, because the reason, one of the reasons also why I jumped without even thinking, Shikha, is because it ties in very beautifully with my um, very core belief of acceptance, right? This, like, I talk about acceptance more from a visual, how you're dressing and about your body and stuff like that. Yours is more internal,
Yeah.
dialogue that happens, and accept it. It's not about that, oh, we just shut that out and say no, you're wrong. It's there, that's fine. So I think what I want in the long run is, I want women to accept themselves for who they are, however they are. Tall, short, long hair, short hair, dark circles, no dark circles, it doesn't matter. Your body shape doesn't matter, your color of your skin doesn't matter. It's you. It's the person that's inside that matters. And that's probably, I think, through my work, I am getting closer to that. And through this movement that you've started, and it's a beautiful movement that you're taking us on, and the journey that you're taking us on, I think that acceptance also ties in with this. So yeah, just hop on in and enjoy the journey. It's fun. It's fun.
Yes. And I'm glad, Neha, and I must say that Neha is one of the people who actually secretly always helping me out as well. When my tech thing, she's messaging me on the side, come on, make me a co-host if you can't manage it. So she's also, very sweetly offered to say that what help do you need, Shika, and I'll be there. And I'm very, very thankful for that, Neha. And I'm publicly telling you that I definitely, definitely need this. Yes, I'm leading it, but it's nothing. Like, I'm just with an idea, and I'm just trying to give it the shape and time it needs to be given. But without support of people, and I think eventually, I think everybody will need each other's support to bring this forward. But my ultimate dream is when the book comes out, and then mother is sitting in the dark when everybody sleeps, when everybody in the house sleeps, and then she sits in the dark thinking, what is her life, where is she going? And when she looks at this book right on the table, it's like, wow, these 100 women. And she opens and she dreams with them, and she looks at them, and she looks at their stories, and she sees how even self-portrait journey, because all of you are also going to take a self-portrait journey.
Yep.
Whoever I'm announcing, they're like, wow, you have to take self-portrait. That's like, yeah, why can't you take a portrait? Because it's not about portrait, it's about you seeing yourself, not
Yes.
somebody else seeing you. And that's what Jamile, one of the things she said, imagine if Mona Lisa actually comes and she wakes up and she's like, "What you portrayed me? I'm absolutely not that. I'm like somebody else, and you portrayed me somebody like somebody else." So we will discover ourselves. I will discover myself. I'm discovering myself, and I'm so happy and thrilled to not only have you as somebody who's going to help me, but also one page dedicated to you. And I'm looking forward to seeing how the creativity flourishes. And we are on together. You're the eighth champion. I have 80, 88 more to go. I was just saying 82, but
Two.
88 more to go.
I'm the eighth person, so you have 82 more to go.
Is it? No, 88 more. Oh, actually, 92 more. I think we've gone crazy. 92 more to go, Neha.
Math is not my thing,
And
Shikha.
neither is mine. We should not even do it. It's 92 more to go. Because you know why I'm getting all this thing? Because the list is of 30 women already identified.
Yeah, so 92 more interviews for you to do.
92 more interviews to go. But officially, this starts on 1st August. So I'm very smart. I've already done 10 before that so that I have the buffer if I don't find anybody and some days get skipped, which happens by being a mother.
You'll find them. You'll find them.
Yes, we'll find them. I found them and we'll find them. So
Yes.
requesting everybody to tag more moms. If you have any inspiring stories, send it across. Let's review them. Let's put them on. The criteria is only simple. You have to take your self-portrait journey with me. You have to have an impact in the world in spite of being a mom. You have to be a mom for this particular project. And then everything else will just fall in place. So thank you, Neha. I think that as usual I say, always keep the interviews short. Otherwise, nobody watches it, and the main part gets over. So we've covered what it is, but we will be bringing these 100 champions again and again in different forms, either on YouTube or podcast, whatever I can do. I'll bring these 100 moms right on top for everybody to see, to be the inspiring stories. Neha, anything you want to say before we wrap up? And then
Nothing. I'm just super excited. I'm grateful for this idea of yours. However it came about, I don't care. I'm so glad you got this idea, and I'm so glad we've gotten a tribe of wonderful women already, and
right.
just can't wait to officially get started and officially just waiting for that book, and let's see what unfolds. And I'm here with you, whatever you need. You know that I don't need to say it to you, but
You don't have to say that. And just I'll tell you that where this idea came from. Actually, I always wanted to shoot inspiring mothers' portraits. And then, of course, COVID happened. I had second one and I took a break. And then I was like, fine, I'll teach them something online. And then I attended. Why it became such a short thing? The story is that Jamile, who's our she's our fifth champion. I just attended one of her, events, which I'm going to attend. And she said, for what you're doing, at least attend it once a month for next 3 months. So I'll be attending all her three things. And I will really urge a lot of people who are watching to attend. She's amazing. And that night, I just, like, whatever happened, like I was in my subconscious mind somewhere. I just woke up thinking that this has to be done. It was just like as if the screen suddenly became clear. I was doing the interview once a week, but it just became clear it has to be done in 100 days. So that's the power that's joining in, Neha. That's the power that's coming in. You will, probably inspire somebody else. We will inspire each other. And this needle will move forward in my project, in your project, in other people's project. And mothers will stop feeling like this. Someday in history, this will be written that this project made it possible for mothers to connect somewhere where they can stop feeling like this.
Yeah.
And there are mothers who don't feel like that, and that's awesome. And even they are joining the tribe and as inspirational moms who do not feel like that. And the reason will be all clear when we do the interview with them. So thank you so much, Neha. I'll catch up
My
with you.
pleasure. My pleasure. Thanks for having me over.
I'm going to leave the Facebook, and you see how nicely I'll do that.
All right.
Stop live